Good morning everyone, welcome again. Today we will discuss adolescence stage and stages of development. So let's start adolescence. Adolescence, this word is derived from Latin verb adolescere, which means to grow into maturity. It is a biosocial transition from childhood to adulthood. It is based on childhood experiences and accomplishments. Adolescence refers to the behavioral characteristics of this period that are influenced by physical and cultural changes. So, adolescence is commonly defined as a stage of life that begins at the onset of puberty, when sexual maturity or the ability to reproduce is attained. It has been regarded as a period of rapid change, both biologically and psychologically. Though the physical changes that take place during this stage are universal, the social and psychological dimensions of adolescent experiences depend on the cultural context. For example, in cultures where the adolescence years are viewed as problematic and confusing, the adolescents will have very different experiences from someone who is in culture. So where adolescent years are viewed as the beginning of adult behavior and therefore undertaking responsible tasks, although most societies have at least a brief period of adolescence, it is not universal across culture. So period of rapid physical and biological changes may leads to competence, tension, frustration and feeling of insecurity. Adolescence is a period of stress and strain, storm and strife. Here is about physical development of in this stage. Experience onset of puberty, develop secondary sexual characteristics, grow rapidly, are often clumsy and uncoordinated, become highly self-conscious, body image can affect self-image, fluctuate between hyperactivity and lethargy, need physical activity. Here is about puberty is not a sudden event, but it is a part of gradual process. The hormone released during puberty result in the development of primary sex characteristics and secondary sex characteristics. Primary sex characteristics involve organ and structure of the body related to reproduction, and secondary sex characteristics involve the visible signs of sexual maturity that do not visible sign of sex and that do not involve sex organs directly. Here is secondary sex characteristics in girls. Increase in transverse diameter of pelvis, development of the breast, change in the vaginal secretion, growth of pubic and axillary hair. Menstruation means first menstruation is called menarche, which occurs between 12 to 13 years. Endocrine system means temporary imbalance of the entire endocrine system in early adolescence, and sex grounds become functional. And in males, means in boys, sex characteristics in boys means increase in size of genitalia, swelling of the breast and growth of pubic axillary, facial and chest hair, change in voice, rapid growth of shoulder breath, production of spermatozoa, which is sign of puberty. So these are sex characteristics, secondary sex characteristics in boys and girls. Here is about cognitive development at this stage. Piaget's approach to cognitive development has had a significant influence on developmental psychologists. They talk about formal operation period is the stage during which people develop the ability to think abstractly. For example, they may think what an ideal parent is like and compare their parents with these ideal standards. This may at that time make adolescents wonder which of the newfound ideal standard they should adopt. In contrast to trial error approach used by children in earlier stages of development, adolescent thinking become more systematic in solving problem. They think of possible course of action, why something is happening and the way it is, and systematic seek solutions. They try to seek solution. So Piaget called this type of logical thinking hypothetical deductive reasoning. So Piaget asserted the children enter this stage at the beginning of adolescence. Cognitive development at this stage, sometime between age to 12 to adulthood, individual reach Jean Piaget's fourth stage. Means three stages are pre-operation, concrete, and this sensory-motor. Much of the research on formal operation thinking was conducted by Barbel, a psychologist and Piaget's collaborator. The formal operation thinking can use theories, model, hypotheses to create solution to any problem. Hypothetical reasoning goes beyond the confines of everyday experience to things for which we have to experience. Next is In Piaget's, he is about in adolescence also develop a special kind of egocentrism. According to David Elkind, imaginary audience and personal fables. These two components of adolescence egocentrism. Imaginary audience is adolescents believe that others are the preoccupied with them as they are about themselves. They imagine that people are always noticing them, are observing each and every behavior of theirs. Imagine a boy who thinks that all will notice the ink spot in his on his shirt, or a girl with a pimple face. All people would think that how bad her skin is. It is an imaginary audience which makes them extremely self-conscious. The personal fable now. Personal fable, the belief that adolescence is unique, exceptional, and shared by no one else. So the sense of uniqueness, adolescent sense of uniqueness, make them think no one understand them or think. Uh, None can sense the hurt that she feels because of being betrayed by a friend. It is quite common to her here. Adolescents say the parents, "You don't understand me." To retain their sense of personal uniqueness, they weave stories filled with fantasies around them to create a world that is away from reality. So personal fables are often a part of adolescents' diaries. Now, here is about forming an identity. Psychosocial development, Erikson theory, psychosocial development has uh, withstood many challenges. Earlier in their life, they should have accomplished stages 1 to 4, trust, anatomy, initiative, and industry. Now they are ready for identity. Who am I? What are my strengths and weaknesses? How will I fit into the society? Do I want to go to college or get a job right out of high school? So what career will I pursue? Do I want to marry and have children? So many problems and conflicts they face at this stage. And identity, they only try to search their identity. They want to know their own self. The primary task of adolescence is to establish an identity separate from the parents. During adolescence, a detachment process enables the individual to develop a personalized set of beliefs and uniquely his or her own that are uniquely his or her own. In the process of achieving an identity, the adolescent could experience conflict with parents also. Here is about some major concerns about some delinquencies, some substance abuse, means perceived pleasurable experience, escape from daily pleasure. Means sometimes adolescents may face periods of uncertainty, loneliness, self-doubt, anxiety, concern about themselves. They are also likely to experience excitement, joy, feeling the competence as they overcome the developmental changes. So sometimes they use delinquency, substance use, and these challenges are substance abuse and eating disorders. They want thrill of doing something illegal. A number of role models use drugs. Peer pressure also they face at this stage. Here is about two disorders, means anorexia disorder and bulimia nervosa. Anorexia nervosa is a severe eating disorder in which individuals refuse to eat while denying their behavior, appearance, which may become skeleton or out of the ordinary. This disorder primarily affects white women. These women are often intelligent, successful, attractive from affluent homes. This is bulimia. Bulimia nervosa is an eating disorder characterized by binges on large quantity of food, followed by purges of food through vomiting and the use of laxatives. A chemical imbalance results from constant vomiting or diarrhea. This can have serious effects and including heart failure also. So these are some disorders they face at this stage. So adolescent stage we have discussed today. Next time we will move further. Thank you.